So I was talking to my friend, and he said that the next guy that I'm with may not like the relationship that my kid's father and I have, because when I'm talking about my kid's father, I talk very highly of him. I talk about his accomplishments. I talk about everything good about him. A lot of what I say is him and I, because a lot of things that we have invested in and done together is in benefits for our children that we share collectively. So when I was talking to him, he's like, you use a lot of him. Like, why don't you just be with him? I'm like, well, just because we aren't together doesn't mean we can't build gestational wealth for our kids, like acquiring properties together, life insurance policies together. So and then when my kid's dad says something, that's law. Like, there's nothing that goes above what my kid's dad says, because at the end of the day, those are his kids. Anything he says is what, even with my kids, they be like, Mom, you always listen to him. Well, you know what I mean? He leads with logic, I lead with emotion, and that's just the way it is. And so even though we're not together, and if another man had a problem with that, I would try to empathize with him. But at the end of the day, another man isn't going to love those kids the way that their dad loves them. That is their dad. That is their full-on protector. So yeah, you do use a lot of words like him and I, and when it's coming to our kids, yes, I do, because he's not like a deadbeat dad. He's not someone that's going to put himself before his kids. And so what do you guys think of that? Like, would you guys be intimidated by a relationship like that?
Any man that signs up for this dynamic would be signing up for mental and emotional abuse, because for her to tell her life partner, her forever person, that, hey, somebody else's word in the house that you pay for is law over your word, is just a constant disrespect at the highest level that I could even comprehend. But it also speaks to why men are being more vocal about not wanting to date single mothers. It's for this very dynamic, the dynamic that men describe as being undesirable, is this very dynamic that this woman is describing, where another man has say-so in my household. That is emasculating for a man. And not only does he has influence, because that would be more typical, not that it's law like she's saying, but it's influence. She's saying it's law, and they're apparently going into more contracts, business, whether it's business contracts or whether it's life insurance, they're going into more sort of paperwork together. And it does beg the question of, why wouldn't you just get back together? You're together already. You're doing the things, minus the romance. I mean, you're not admitting to any romance, but minus the romance, you're doing all of the non